Do men fall in love with chaos or peace?
I think generally speaking, men are probably more attracted to the chaos.
Today, I'm cutting men's hair and asking them questions that women really want answers to. All right, so I'm going to ask you some big questions today.
Yeah. Sure.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about love and women and emotional intelligence and all the fun things.
Sounds good.
All right, so first, I would love to know, do men fall in love with chaos or peace?
I don't know. Chaos or peace? I think men are chaos, to be honest, for the most of the time. So I think men probably are attracted to some peaceful relationships, I'd like to think.
Yeah.
But I think generally speaking, men are probably more attracted to the chaos.
Yeah.
But I think as you grow older, maybe you strive for the peace a little bit more. I think maybe the chaos is like a younger man's mentality.
Yeah.
And then as you get a bit older, you're like, oh, I don't want to be, dealing with someone or even your own stuff that's so chaotic as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Which do you prefer?
I'm a big peacemaker, so definitely the peace, I can respect and appreciate the chaos in certain circumstances, but it's not for me. I'm a very peace, not war type person. So
Yeah, okay. So would you say if a woman sort of brought a lot of chaos into your life for you, that would be kind of a no thank you?
I think it depends on the chaos, where it's coming from. Like if it's a chaos in their profession or their, their love for something, then that's something I could tolerate. But if it's unnecessary conflict, in a personal relationship sense, I don't think it's worth it's not for me personally.
Yeah,
I know some men love it. That's or even if they don't admit it to themselves, that's their way of sort of feeling masculine in a way, they're in control. They're can control the chaos. But for me, I like to have the baseline be quite peaceful, and then the chaos be the minority of times.
Yeah. It almost feels like an addiction to chaos, like the ones that do enjoy it. There's get something, I don't know, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even in women, you know, I coach women and I can see sometimes when they're just, because that they've grown up with it, it feels safe to them. So they are naturally drawn to that without even really realizing it.
Yeah, that's it. I was going to say, I don't think it's a men or women or otherwise sort of issue. I think it's just what people grew up with, you know? And I think I'm very fortunate that I grew up in a household with a very calm, peaceful mother and more of a chaotic father figure as well. And that's there's moments for both, and they're not inherently bad. It's just how you sort of how I dealt with them that I think is more important.
Absolutely. Just gonna spray this. Let's wait.
Yeah.
All right, let me get some more. That's the star question of the day: peace or chaos?
Peace or chaos? Yeah. I don't think there's a right or wrong. It's just what people prefer, or sometimes what people end up finding out about themselves.
Yeah. What instantly makes a woman attractive to a man?
To a man or to me?
To you. Let's go.
To me. All right.
Yeah.
To me, I think weirdly eye contact and confidence, and doesn't have to be anything in particular. It's just confidence in whoever they are. So that could be confidence in their calmness, confidence in their sassiness, confidence in their intelligence, whatever they sort of pride themselves on, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bit of sass is good, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I grew up in an Italian household, so my nonna was I wouldn't say sass, but had it had an edge to her, and that's that's powerful. Yeah,
I love that. Okay, what makes you commit to one woman? Choose one woman aside from say an array of.
I think being aligned just on multiple things. I think commitment is something that people find so scary, and something that that I haven't always been at terms with, but I think I'm in a good place with it now. And I think it comes from just knowing what you really want on an individual level before you enter into a relationship. And I think that's such an important thing that I've sort of identified now with myself is okay, I know exactly what I want, and then when I find someone who sort of matches that, it's not in a superficial way. It's just like actually having given the time to give it thought and think like, okay, what do I want? And then being quite choosy when sort of considering that with people. After you have an initial connection, you know, that connection arises, and then you can start to think about like, is this person, do they like follow all the boxes? Because sometimes just going with feels good can be chaos, you know?
Yes. Do you have any threshold rules, any deal breakers that if you see when you're in the early stages of relating and then you're kind of like,
I think just like, you know, the main big ones, like maybe like violence or anger or like immaturity maybe as well. Like, you know, we're all immature and mature in different ways, but like if there's sort of glaring immaturities for someone's age, like coming together, I think that would be a bit of a red flag for me.
Yep.
Nothing like superficial, like all the superficial stuff sort of passes, but I think it's just like maturity and someone's like sort of general demeanor.
Okay. How do you know when you're in love?
I think when you want to do things for someone without expecting anything in return. And just like it coming from a place, it might not be unconditional straight away, because I think unconditional is like a bit deeper than just loving someone. I think it's really interesting, like something I learned last year was that like in Russian, like in the Russian language, there's 2 words that they have for love, which is a word for like people being really like the connection. There's a word where you just have a connection with one other person. That's like the only sort of, I forget the phrase, but it's the only phrase you'd say to that other person, like your soulmate. But then there's another word for love, which is more like what you'd say to your family or your parents. Are you Russian?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Is that true? I'm not talking.
I'm trying to figure out. So do you know this phrase?
No, I forget it.
So "Я люблю тебя" is like I love you, but what's what's the other one? I'm trying to.
No, I don't. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you relate to what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, it's so much more of an expressive language.
Yeah.
But I thought you were going, because this is a bit funny, but like "Я люблю тебя" is I love you. In "Я убью тебя" is I'll kill you.
Oh, really? Yeah. I mean,
so it's like, okay, different, but
I think that sums up dating Russian people in a nutshell, to be honest. It's the line between love and hate is very close.
I'm a good one.
I'm talking to the right person right now.
All right, I'm super curious about this. I was saying I'll look it up, but continue what you were saying.
Yeah, there's in terms of like knowing when to say that you feel like you love someone. I think that feeling of like unconditional acts of service, or you're just doing things for them without any return, just because you're like, I have a deep love for them. There's different types of love, but that initially it's the more general one, and then with time, with trust, then it becomes like that deeper soul connection.
Yeah, no, I love that. It's quite, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like it's more rare these days to get that sort of someone who's giving without sort of wanting something in return. Yeah,
I think we just live in a society now where we're just like, so much is expected of us, and life is so fast that like people just feel like they need more, and in some ways kind of do need more. Maybe not from people, but just in general. Like just being able to live, being able to build your dream life, it feels like a lot harder now. So people just expect more from their partners, whether it's emotional stability, financial stability, like there's just more expectation now, I think. But I also don't think that's subjective. I think that's just the way that we've been positioned. And I think that if you find the right person, you don't need to ask too much from them, because you will build something together.
Absolutely.
And that support, or like emotional support, or that time is something that is more valuable than money.
Yeah.
Because you can make money together and do whatever you need to, if you like really have that bond.
Yeah. Okay. And what are some of the things that you personally look for?
I think
maybe like 3 top.
Yeah. Any qualities, any like sort of things?
Yeah, just whatever sense, I guess, or you can even go to values, like some of the values you look for, or
Yeah, I think empathy is probably the first one. I just couldn't relate to someone who didn't have empathy for other people. And I think my mum is such an empathetic person, and that is just like set the tone for who I am as well. Love of food is another one.
Yep.
Whether it's cooking or eating, or it could be both. That would be great. And then probably sense of humor, joy, like I love to be silly, and I think like every relationship I've been in has always had a major pillar of it has been humor, like just laughing and like having that sense of humor together.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so empathy, food, and humor, which I think
you are Italian.
Yes.
What's your star sign?
I'm an Aquarius.
Oh, me too.
Oh, really?
Yes, we're the best.
Are you Feb or Jan?
Feb.
Oh, nice. I'm Jan 28.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Feb 13th.
Oh, nice. Day before Valentine's Day.
I get gypped most of the time, unfortunately.
Yeah. Damn, you should get double treated.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I say. What the hell? All right. So that's going to segue into a more serious question.
Yeah, sure.
Why do some men treat the women they love the most the worst?
I think people just take people for granted. They just like, when they know that they have someone in their corner, they maybe take them for granted because they just know they'll always sort of be around. But also I think it comes from like trauma as well. If someone was, grew up with a very certain type of, way that their parents treated them, they maybe then start to project that on their own partners because they've seen pattern behavior in their, paternal relationships or anything in that sort of world. But I think it's just, people don't stop to sort of like appreciate what they have. It's like with so many things. It's like almost it's quite an old concept, like if I think most people think to their especially if you're like ethnic or European background or whatever, if you think to your grandparents' relationships, like it's a give and take and it's never like a linear thing, but people take people for granted at times just because they don't know any different. They don't know what it's like to go without that person. So I think like some of it could be trauma related, but I think also just people take things for granted because they're used to having it. And then suddenly they don't appreciate it till it's gone. But you hope people learn when they have something they appreciate and then it's taken away from them. They like learn that lesson, especially, and I think relatives or partners is like the biggest one to learn from. Hopefully.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. The best school.
Yeah, the best school is a breakup. Well, hopefully. You can go to school, not always learn. You can just be looking out the window,
I prefer the relationship school than the school.
Yes, exactly.
What makes a man realize he could lose a really good woman?
What makes him realize? Probably her telling him, hopefully, what makes him realize? Maybe seeing the spark fade, or maybe seeing them be interested in other people, or just be checked out in general. I think you're already kind of in a bad, it's not unredeemable, but I think you're already in a bad situation if that's the position you're in.
Yeah.
But I guess it's just the spark being lost or something like that.
Yeah, okay. All right. And a bit of a fun one. Do you prefer long hair or short hair?
I prefer long hair.
Yeah.
But not by much. Like if it was a tier ranking, it's not so much above the other. It depends. Depends on people's head shape. Depends. I work in fashion a bit, so I see all sorts of people's different hairstyles, and it just depends on someone's face shape. To be honest, some people look so good with a bob and a fringe or whatever, and some people just look better with long hair.
I was gonna say, are bobs out?
Yeah. I think so. I don't know. Not for me to say, right?
Lucky I got these hair extensions. Nobody likes a bob.
Also, but I think that goes to if you were cutting a woman's hair and you're a mullet's out, it's it's only your take,
But it's just interesting because the guy before you said the same.
Oh, really? I know. You know what? This is my new answer. It's if you like that haircut, you get it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you get it, girl.
Is it long hair or bob? Yeah, bob's out. Depends on who you are. That's the safe answer. That's the politician answer.
Yeah, the politician answer.
Yeah.
Someone actually said that to me the other day. They're like, you'd be a good politician.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Just because of the answer, not actually because I know anything about politics. I don't. All right. Okay. What makes a man like really obsessed with a woman?
I think when like a woman offers something that they don't have in their own life already, and it could be anything. Like it could be superficial or emotional. Like it could be in like a superficial sense. It could be like a man has like a beautiful woman in his life, or it could just be like I know a lot of people who are in relationships who are like very emotionally driven, and like they fulfill like a maternal role, or they feel like a emotional role, or like there's so many things. For me personally, I think it's just like, I think as I get a bit older as well, it's like a connection based thing. It's like it's a partnership based thing.
Yeah.
Like when I feel like I'm in a true, genuine, like eye to eye partnership with someone, that's when it's like, that's fulfilling my needs of like this person, we're in a team and we're sort of uplifting each other.
Beautiful. And what's your take on dating in 2026?
Again, I'm against the apps. I think like if it works for you, great. But I think like I don't even want to spend half an hour a day messaging multiple people. Like if you were talking to 5 girls at once in a bar, people would think you're like the biggest sleaze ever. But if you talk to 5 girls on dating apps in one day, like that's what you have to do to like have a chance, you know? Or like in terms of like you might have a great chat with someone and someone doesn't reply, so you just have a bunch of leads. I think the state of dating now is a very non-committal attitude, which I think works for like the minority of people. But I think this maybe is controversial like in Australia, but I sort of believe that people are straying too far away from like traditional relationships. And I'm not saying in a setting of men or women, like it could be non-binary people, gay people, whatever it is. But I think the traditional relationships are there to sort of create some stability.
Absolutely.
And then if you are sort of desiring more or something more fluid or something more open, then you have that option to do it. But I think I was like sort of in a position before my last long-term relationship where I was like, after maybe 4 or 5 dates, I was afraid to like even label something. But in the reality, you're like, at that point, you're dating. Whether you're both admitting it or you're afraid of it, you're dating at that point. And I think I was in denial to be more serious with things. And that just led to like a non-committal approach from the start. I think my attitude's changed now where I'm more selective with who I date. Yeah. But then that leads me to a place where I make a decision early on, like, okay, does this feel right? Does this feel good? And then if it does, commit to it until it's no longer good, or like until there's something that comes up that's like a major red flag. But I think a lot of people are just like, oh, you know, we've slept together 5 times. Like maybe we should just start like dating rather than thinking like, oh, is this actually what I want to be in?
Absolutely.
I think everyone's guilty of that.
Yeah.
But that's, I think, as a result of the dating scene these days, especially in Australia. I found when I've dated, you know, women from other places in the world, typically like non-sort of Western countries, then their attitude's like very different.
In what way?
Just like commitment is at the forefront rather than casualness and you know, like, commitment is at the forefront. And then like, if you want to be casual, that's the conversation to have, not like casual first, then do we want to be serious? Like, which is again, not for everyone, but yeah.
No, I love that. And I agree with you on the more traditional values. I think it's not as easy to come about. So where do the guys hang out with this more traditional values?
I don't know.
I don't really apps either. And
I think you just have to be more patient. I think that's the bottom line. And I've already been in that position, you know, like this year where you just have to be more patient and a little bit more like, I think the instant gratification of our culture now has seeped into dating as well.
Yes,
and I think that I've, again, fully on a personal level, but I think I've learned that like the time that you're not on dating apps and you're not like out seeing people should be time devoted to yourself, devoted to your hobbies, devoted to your friends, devoted to like being healthier, whatever you need to do. And then you just like meet people from being out in the world and like doing your hobbies, and like then you're probably meeting people who are like more aligned to who you are. And then when you meet someone, you're actually like a healthy version of yourself. I think like dating too much all the time could be a huge distraction to actually working on yourself. And then maybe you're not like really ready when you do meet someone that's like amazing. Yeah. So to answer where they are,
everywhere.
Social sports, maybe. That's the little answer.
No, but I agree with you. Like the last two gentlemen I dated, I both met. One, I did a public speaking course, so I met one there, and the other one I was in an ad and he was in that.
Yeah.
So both things were helping my growth.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing something for myself. I was in my element, and I'm, had these experiences.
Yeah, it can be whatever your thing is. Could be sports, could be Pokemon cards. It could be whatever your thing is.
Cards.
If you put yourself in that position, you probably meet someone who likes the same things as you, or at least one thing that you have in common.
Yeah.
And that's a healthier place than just like, again, there's not always the rule, but like, you like alcohol and getting drunk, I like alcohol and getting drunk. Like, maybe that's our shared thing. Like, I feel like that's the basis of a lot of people's
it's true.
connection initially,
Yeah. Yeah, no, agree. Okay. All right, and let me do one last one as I'm finishing.
Normally you sit in front of a mirror, so this is like kind of a new experience in the sense that like it's like a mystery reveal as well. And I hadn't seen any of your haircuts before as well, so
trust. Okay. So what makes a man or helps a man open up emotionally to a woman and trust? Not just with haircuts.
Yeah. I think
with his heart.
Yeah, I think journaling is like such a big one. Like it's unbelievable how much your like soul starts to spill out on a page when you write stuff down.
Yeah.
Especially like I think so many men think that like by journaling you have to like solve your problems, but I think it's actually just like your internal dialogue being coming out, when you do that. So yeah, I think what was the question?
What helps men open up emotionally?
Yeah, I think journaling is a big one.
Yeah.
Because then you work out your inner monologue. And then I think the next one is like being shown vulnerability by his partner or someone else or a friend or someone else as well. And like, I think men are getting much better at that. Like, me and my like male friends have great transparency and honesty, like in our own way, it doesn't have to be super sappy, but it can just be real.
Yeah.
You can be blunt and real, which is a great technique as a man, like you can be like, you can shout that you're feeling sad, but at least you're sort of acknowledging it. You put it out into the world. But then I think, that candidness from someone else who's in your life is important as well.
And what would make a man shut down in a relationship?
I think expectation or pressure, feeling like they've not been supported adequately, which usually comes from your own lack of communication.
Yeah.
But feeling like shutting down is usually because you're not feeling supported or heard. And that can be communication from both sides of the relationship. But I think, again, men typically are less willing to talk about things. And I've had to learn this in relationships as well. You want to try, your instinct as a man is to be stoic and hold it all in. But then you learn that by being vulnerable or like talking about things, being like, hey, just letting you know today I've woken up and I don't know why, but I'm feeling like really anxious or I'm feeling sad or whatever. Even if you don't understand the answer to it, you shouldn't be like, that's when you're going to open up the conversation. And being like shutting down is just usually like a response system that men and women both have. But feeling like you can quickly get something out bluntly, like I feel really sad today, I don't know why, and then just have your partner or friend or family member just like be a bit more gentle around you in that space.
Absolutely. Okay. And would you say if a woman doesn't have the ability to be vulnerable, that sort of impacts that as well?
Yeah, definitely.
Some don't.
Yeah, some don't. Like, for sure. Like it's a stereotype that like women are, the more emotionally mature ones.
And I hadn't actually believed that.
Yeah, I think generally from my experience that's true.
Yeah.
But it's also, that's assuming that maturity is one pillar. It's like measured in so many different ways.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think there's all different ways of sort of assessing that. But
it's not black and white.
No, it's
red.
Yeah, and maybe and hopefully that's, again, if you're talking about a relationship, it's a situation where you're learning from each other. And if the man in the relationship is more, mature in that way, then hopefully he has the foresight to be like quite nurturing or whatever when his partner isn't feeling the same. Yeah. Okay.
I love that. All right. Well, let's let you look at your hair.
Yeah, sure.
I've shaved it all off.
Yeah, good. Start again fresh.
Spinning around.
Thank you. Oh, very nice. Perfect. exactly what I had in mind. Thank you. I was worried. I was like, is it too short for you to even be able to do anything with it? But I was like, never.
It's good.
That looks great. Thank you.
Can you do a little closer up of me, maybe?
Even better. You nailed the fringe that you just like left it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not my first rodeo.
No, I'm sure. Yeah. I didn't mean to like discredit you. I was just like more the like it's a cool experience to be like I'm going in completely blind right now. But you got great hair, so you're clearly in the right scene.
The right scene.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was really good.
I appreciate it. Yeah.